Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that you could just book a ticket to New York City. No forms, no visa interviews, no mind-numbing embassy queues. Just a passport, a suitcase, and a dream. Sounds like something out of a travel blogger's fantasy, right? But here's the twist. This fantasy is starting to become a reality for a select few. The United States, a country infamous for its ironclad visa requirements, is now quietly nudging open the gates for a group of Asian nations. Not because it suddenly got soft, but because the game has changed. This isn't just about tourism. This is about strategy, power, and global positioning in a world that's shifting faster than your airport gate assignment. 14 Asian countries are now circling the elusive golden ring. Visa-free access to the most powerful nation on Earth. For some, it's the result of decades of loyalty. For others, it's about money, military bases, or microchips. Some of these countries make perfect sense. Others, you'll be shocked. But here's what they all have in common. They've proven they're more than just neighbors, they're players. And in this high-stakes geopolitical poker game, America is finally showing its hand. Number 1, Japan. Let's start with the not-so-surprising star of the club, Japan. If the U.S. had a best friend necklace, Japan's got the other half. This relationship has roots that go deeper than just sushi exports and anime fandom. Ever since World War II ended in a mushroom cloud of regret and reinvention, Japan has walked the tightrope of pacifism while becoming a global tech and economic powerhouse. The U.S. and Japan are so aligned, it's like they finish each other's defense agreements. Visa-free travel between the two has existed for decades, and with good reason. Japanese travelers are famously disciplined. Overstay rates so low you need a microscope to find them. Trust? Impeccable. Behavior? Polite to the point of self-erasure. The U.S. didn't just hand over the keys to the kingdom. It placed them on a silk pillow. Number 2, Taiwan. And then there's Taiwan, which is not just knocking on a visa-free door. It's practically already inside, sipping tea with the Secretary of State. While the island's political status remains a powder keg, the relationship between the U.S. and Taiwan is stronger than ever. Taiwan supplies the semiconductors that keep America's tech engine running. It shares democratic values. It plays nice on the international stage. Giving Taiwanese citizens visa-free access isn't just a travel perk. It's a declaration. It says, "We see you, we value you, and we'll back you up at 30,000 feet. It's diplomacy disguised as a boarding pass. Number 3, Singapore. Singapore, tiny but mighty, is already enjoying the perks of visa-free travel, and honestly, if it weren't, it'd be a scandal. This city-state may be geographically small, but economically and diplomatically, it's a heavyweight. Think of Singapore as the Switzerland of Southeast Asia, except instead of snow and neutrality, it's humidity and hyper-efficiency. The U.S. sees Singapore as a crucial hub for finance, maritime security, and tech innovation, and Singapore returns a favor by sending some of the world's most law-abiding travelers. Their passport is basically the Bentley of travel documents. When America looks at Singapore, it doesn't just see a country, it sees a strategy. Number 4, Thailand. Next up, Thailand. The land of smiles is starting to flash its diplomatic teeth. While most people think of Thailand as a place you go to find yourself or lose your wallet, the U.S. sees something different, a strategic partner in Southeast Asia. Thailand has been hosting U.S. military exercises for decades, working side by side on disaster response and intelligence sharing. And when it comes to overstay rates and travel violations, Thailand's pretty clean. The momentum is building. The door isn't open yet, but it's definitely unlocked, and the U.S. is watching closely as Thailand balances between East and West like a tightrope walker in flip-flops. Number 5, South Korea. Next door, South Korea gets the same treatment, and it's no surprise why. This is a country where every smartphone, car, and K-drama that enters your life is backed by a symphony of tech innovation and tight military coordination with the U.S. From joint air drills to semiconductor deals, South Korea doesn't just show up. It signs on the dotted line, builds the infrastructure, and brings kimchi to the party. The U.S. trusts Korean travelers because the numbers prove it. Low overstay rates, high compliance, and shared belief in law, order, and soft power. In a world of flaky alliances, South Korea is that friend who shows up early, brings extra snacks, and cleans up afterward. Number 6, Qatar. Now let's shift way west to Qatar. Not exactly your go-to image of Asia, but geographically and politically it counts. Qatar isn't just known for its skyscrapers, luxury shopping, or that one-time host of the World Cup. It's also home to the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East. That's not a coincidence. The partnership between Washington and Doha is deep, quiet, and strategic. Qatar invests heavily in U.S. real estate, tech, and education. And unlike some of its flashier neighbors, Qatar's citizens travel with care. Low violations, high trust. That's the formula. And the reward? A passport that may soon come with a non-stop ticket to JFK. No questions asked. Number 7, Vietnam. And speaking of mingling, let's talk about Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam. The country that once fought a brutal, unforgettable war with the U.S. is now one of its most promising partners. Let that sink in. In a few decades, Vietnam has gone from battleground to business partner. American corporations are now lining up to manufacture in Vietnam, and trade numbers are booming. Vietnam keeps tight control on immigration, low violations, high compliance, and Washington is impressed. In a region where Chinese influence looms like a thundercloud, Vietnam offers shelter. The U.S. sees potential, discipline, and, most importantly, a clean record. Visa-free access might still be in development, but don't be surprised if this door opens sooner than expected. Number 8, Malaysia. Then there's Malaysia. Not visa-free yet, but it's hovering in orbit like a satellite looking for landing clearance. Why? Because Malaysia is playing a long game. It's investing in cybersecurity, border control, and diplomatic charm. The U.S. is noticing. Malaysia's passport tech is solid. Its overstay rates are low, and its regional influence is rising. More importantly, it's offering Washington a balancing lever in the increasingly complicated Southeast Asian chessboard. Malaysia might not be in the club yet, but it's dressed for the party and already mingling at the door. Number 9, Philippines. Now let's move on to the Philippines. If there's one Asian country that has earned its visa-free stripes through sheer historical loyalty, it's this one. From World War II comradeship to joint military pacts, from call centers to caregivers, the Philippines and the U.S. have built more than a relationship. They've built a family. Millions of Filipinos have worked, studied, and lived in America, contributing to its economy, healthcare, and culture. And they've done it all with a track record that's mostly spotless. So why isn't the Philippines in the visa-free club already? Bureaucracy, mostly. But change is coming. Fast, because when it comes to loyalty, few countries can match what the Philippines brings to the table. Number 10, India. And now, the big one, India, the country with the most to gain and the most to offer. India, home to 1.4 billion people, and arguably the U.S.'s most important democratic partner in the 21st century. From Silicon Valley's tech corridors to America's top universities, Indians are the backbone of innovation, science, medicine, and finance. The cultural ties run deep. The political ones? Deeper. The only thing standing in India's way is bureaucracy and volume. Too many applicants, too little streamlining. But things are shifting. Both the Trump and Biden administrations have made overtures, hinting that a new era of U.S.-India mobility is on the horizon. If India is granted visa-free access, it won't just change travel. It'll redefine what a U.S. ally looks like in the modern world. Number 11, Israel. Israel's inclusion in the U.S. Visa Waiver Program, VWP, in 2023 marked a significant milestone in the enduring partnership between the two nations. Beyond shared democratic values and extensive collaboration in technology and defense, Israel's participation underscores mutual trust and strategic alignment. Israeli travelers, known for their entrepreneurial spirit and compliance with international travel norms, have contributed to this development. The U.S. recognizes Israel not just as an ally, but as a pivotal player in Middle Eastern diplomacy and innovation. Visa-free access facilitates deeper cultural and economic exchanges, reinforcing a bond that's as much about people-to-people connections as it is about geopolitics. Number 12, Chile. Chile stands out as the only Latin American country in the VWP, a testament to its stable governance and robust economic ties with the United States. Since its admission in 2014, Chile has demonstrated commitment to security standards and low visa overstay rates. The U.S.-Chile Free Trade Agreement further cements this relationship, promoting not just a flow of goods, but also of ideas and culture. Chilean travelers bring a blend of South American warmth and cosmopolitan flair, making their visa-free access a bridge between the Americas that's built on mutual respect and shared aspirations. Number 13. Croatia. Croatia's 2021 entry into the VWP reflects its evolution from a war-torn region to a vibrant member of the European Union. The Adriatic gem has captivated American tourists with its stunning coastline and rich history, while fostering political and economic reforms that align with U.S. standards. Croatian citizens benefit from the ease of travel, enhancing transatlantic connections, and showcasing the country's commitment to international cooperation. This visa-free arrangement is more than a convenience. It's a celebration of Croatia's journey and its embrace of global partnerships. Number 14. Poland. Poland's inclusion in the VWP in 2019 was a long-anticipated development, reflecting its steadfast alliance with the United States. As a NATO member and a key player in Central Europe, Poland has been instrumental in regional security and economic initiatives. Polish Americans form one of the largest diaspora communities in the U.S., and visa-free travel facilitates familial and cultural bonds. The move acknowledges Poland's adherence to stringent security protocols and its role as a bridge between Western and Eastern Europe, fostering a dynamic exchange that enriches both nations. But let's not forget, the visa conversation isn't just about who gets in. It's also about who's still waiting outside. Countries like Indonesia, Pakistan, and Bangladesh have been pressing their noses against the glass, watching others get waved through. And in some cases, the reason isn't behavior or policy, it's perception. Overstay rates, security concerns, and inconsistent documentation practices have historically kept them in the penalty box. But times are changing. Indonesia, for example, is modernizing its digital infrastructure and quietly boosting counterterrorism cooperation. Its passport is still climbing the global index. Could it be next? Maybe, but the U.S. is playing it cautious. In a post-incident world, trust is earned, slowly, carefully, and often politically. Then there's the wild card factor. China, the elephant in the room with a passport the U.S. is unlikely to welcome visa-free anytime soon. Despite being the world's second largest economy, China's complex relationship with Washington makes visa liberalization a distant dream. Trade wars, surveillance fears, and ideological clashes don't exactly scream, "Welcome aboard." Chinese tourists spend big, yes, but the diplomatic baggage is even bigger. The U.S. isn't just guarding its borders, it's guarding its values. And visa access is one of the last levers of soft power. It still controls with precision. But don't think this is all about Asia playing catch-up. In many ways, Asian nations are the new centers of gravity in global affairs. The U.S. isn't just being generous, it's being smart. Visa-free access is a two-way mirror. It reflects who America sees as stable, strategic, and future-ready. And more importantly, it shapes how those countries see America. A green light at customs isn't just a policy, it's a message. It says, we trust your people, we trust your process, we see you as part of our world. And while we're at it, let's zoom out even further. Visa policy is quickly becoming one of the most underrated tools in foreign diplomacy. It's quiet, it's technical, but it moves mountains. Granting a country visa-free status can boost economies, deepen alliances, and strengthen civil society ties. On the flip side, keeping a nation out can send a clear political signal, without a single speech or sanction. It's power dressed up in paperwork. So what's next? Maybe a regional approach. The U.S. could expand its partnerships with ASEAN or double down on its Indo-Pacific strategy by opening more pathways to mobility. Maybe we'll see a pilot program, a digital nomad initiative, or even AI-powered risk assessments that streamline who qualifies. What's clear is this: the old rules are being rewritten, and the winners will be those who play the long game, with clean records, smart diplomacy, and a passport that comes with trust baked in. Your country might not be on the list yet, but that's the thing about lists. they change. And in this new era of global realignment, every diplomatic handshake, every trade deal, every military exercise, all counts. The runway is open. The question is, who's clear for takeoff? So where does that leave us? 14 countries, each with their own history, strategy, and reason to hope. Some are already in. Some are knocking loudly. Others are being sized up quietly. Their every diplomatic move under scrutiny. But here's the real takeaway. In the 21st century, visa access is no longer about just tourism. It's about alignment. It's about trust, data, behavior, and geopolitical leverage. These aren't just passports. They're passports with purpose. Because borders, they're becoming less about geography and more about ideology. The United States isn't just opening its gates to travelers. It's curating its guest list. So if you're wondering who gets in next, maybe the better question is, who does America want in the room when the big decisions are made? Now over to you. Should more Asian countries get visa-free access to the U.S.? Or should the gate stay guarded? Drop your take in the comments. And if you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe, and share it with someone dreaming of a different kind of journey. Because in this world, mobility isn't just a privilege. It's a signal of who you are and who your country has become. Until next time, keep your passport ready. The world's changing faster than you think.